All right, hello everyone and welcome back. We are going to do a second rendition here about the general concept of anti-inflammation, what it is I chose to eat in its simplest form, as I kind of took another step into the whole dietary eating pattern of this, okay? And I want to mention before we move any further is I started a supplement as well. So on top of eating very clean and within this anti-inflammatory diet, I also am taking, it's called Native Formulas is the brand, and it is Restore 3 is what it's called, but really what it does is disrupts the biofilm within our system. Okay, so it's just another layer to this whole thing in terms of cleaning and clearing and reformatting in the healthiest manner your gut microbiome. Okay, really what it is a protein enzyme that we do have within our bodies already. We just don't produce enough. And with the American standard diet the way it is in its form today, the enzymes are unable, I'm paraphrasing here, to appropriately attack in a good way, right? Like the immune system should be attacking all of the negative pathogens within our system. And we just need more of this protein enzyme to do so in a manner that disrupts the pathogens, but also the biofilm that is sort of harboring some of these pathogens within our system. Okay, so it is clearing and cleaning, like I said, and we're just disrupting that system enough, hopefully, in order to come back to this level of homeostasis in which you can then start incorporating more of your foods, not the processed high sugar, fake foods, but go back to, hey, do I love eggs more than what I'm eating them now? Or, gluten. Some people are actually more tolerant of gluten. It's just that their current system in which it's digesting at the moment isn't tolerating gluten. Okay, so a couple things. 4 big staples that I want to mention because I believe that it's smart to just start crowding out. You shouldn't go ahead and start on day 1 and get rid of all the foods and think that you're going to last on that pattern and be happy and healthy, right? And fulfilled every day. It's a process. This entire thing, when we do this with our physical vessels, it manifests slowly, and we need to give ourselves grace and we need to set ourselves up for success. And so a lot of it is the crowding out concept that I talk about often, which is you are simply crowding out the less healthy foods and options and general choices within your life with a healthier form. And the more that those healthy foods, as we're talking about like the literal plate, are digested, they are crowding out the negative, right? So it's just this basic concept that, like, if you are a soda drinker, let's say, you just reduce the amount of soda and you increase the amount of water, or, sparkling water with lemon, let's say, to offset. And then soon your palate and your system will not crave, and it really doesn't want that soda any longer because you begin to change. So it's a big part of not only nutritional dietary theory, but it can be applied with behavior change and choices in general, okay? Movement, relationships, everything. So the 4 big staples I want to start with today in terms of that crowding out as it regards anti-inflammatory dietary changes is turmeric. Okay, so turmeric is a big, let me make sure my notes, I have it here, my notes are here. I just want to make sure I'm saying everything. Turmeric is amazing. It's that little spice of a powder that you can add to certain things, like a smoothie in the morning with some mango, peach, coconut milk, something like that, which we talked about last time on the video. But it has such a great anti-inflammatory compound, curcumin. And not only is it great for the inflammation reduction, but it also helps with the cognitive clarity and succinct manner in which your mind, filters each and every day. It helps with both of those things. The second one is fatty fish, salmon. Each week, if you can get it and make it well, or mackerel too is a good example, but salmon is so healthy for you. And so try and remember that, like, quality over quantity. Okay. So if you're able, get the high quality organic salmon and eat less of it, but at a high quality, because that is what those omega-3s are going to be so good, so strong for your system. The level of fats is what your body needs in composition to help with that inflammation within your system. And it also just helps with your energy levels. It's why people take omega-3 supplements. And if you do that, I have the same message, which is very high quality supplements. But you always want to try the whole foods first, instead of just eating this regular standard diet and then supplementing everything on it, right? We would love to see food first. Leafy greens, kale, spinach, Swiss chard, saute it, add that ginger, add the turmeric, right? What are vegetables that you can blend in with, like a quinoa base? And try and massage it. Like I always say with kale, like add a little lemon, a little oil, and massage it with your hands. It also helps your system, your gut system, digest that fiber level of the leafy greens coming into your body. And ginger, love it. Love it. It could be as simple as your ginger lemon water. You could do ginger turmeric tea. It just always adds this flavor to a marinade, to stir fry, to honestly a smoothie in the morning. Really, when it's the ginger root, it's just so strong. It tastes so good, and the benefits are amazing. All right. There are a couple ways that I want to bring up regarding how you know this is working. So if you've done a nice dietary change for 2 weeks or for 4 weeks, what can you tell within your system? How do you know that improving your diet or improving your choices is actually benefiting you and your health, right? A lot of times people don't lose weight, right? Like that's such a high goal for people. It's just the immediate one that people come to. But it's not even about the weight. It's you're losing this swollen tendency within your body, right? What we're doing with these anti-inflammatory compounds is simply putting out the little fires everywhere in our system. And so you will see less swollen wrists, less swollen stomach, less swollen ankles. I get a lot of from clients. And so keep up the momentum and know that just because the numbers aren't showing you what you wish and expect to have, it is working within your system. Your mobility becomes a little bit more fluid. There's that less, how would I explain this? Less stickiness and within your joints, right? The mobility is more smooth. It's like it's more creamy within your joints everywhere, knees, fingers, neck, things like that. Energy levels, you will notice bounce up. I feel like in the 2 weeks since I've implemented both the eating tactics and the biofilm disruptor, there have been days where my mind is beyond on, right? Like I can just clock everything. It goes so fast. I'm talking with my poor family with speed and clarity and just succinct. It's going from here to here to here to here, and I just know exactly what I'm stating, and the inflow sort of work is on fire. So that mental clarity, the energy level, you can just feel the natural impact. Are you sleeping better? Things like that. And is there better skin? A lot of the changes that I've witnessed within myself over four years, for a variety of reasons, but is due to some of this heavier research, once again, in my life, is because of skin. And so much of skin health is contributed to our microbiome. And just like every quick fix or every Band-Aid solution or pills, right? Like this dermatology is the same, or it's just topical. So try not to just get your quick fix. Try to go to the root cause of what might be causing some of these ailments and brain fog or restlessness or overwhelm, right? How can we reduce stress and positively impact our resilience levels, right? And alongside energy levels and that sort of skin or hormonal balance, I would say, is the balanced mood. So not only are we focused on what I always talk about, it's integrative. We're not just focused on one part of our life. We can't think that if we get healthy in the physical form, our mind will be fine and our emotions will be fine. It is all encompassing, an entire wheel of lifestyle areas in which we need to pay attention to the changes and where we give more love and attention to each area. It is integrative. And so when we are eating and incorporating more of these anti-inflammatory foods, your mood becomes more balanced as well. I talked about resilience, right? It helps with the stress, with the anxiety, and your general emotional well-being should be at the top of your list alongside taking care of your physical self and your mindset, okay? All right, so with that, let's dive in. I did eat some of the same things that I talked about last time on the video, the week one. I did not incorporate this week and a half, any of the smoothies. So every morning I've been pretty boring and ritual oriented, and it's been the peanut butter rice cake with banana on top. No honey, nothing extra in terms of sweeteners. It is just simple as simple can be for the past week or so. And I love it. I used to eat this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and I was obsessed with it. It's just enough of the crunch. So you just get rice cakes that are slightly salted, and then you put the natural peanuts only, right? It produces, peanuts produce that, their natural oil. But if you are veering away from peanuts for any allergy and or just dietary, I know on Whole30 they don't promote peanuts or peanut butter, go with almond butter, go with cashew butter, anything that makes sense for you, okay? Another, quote unquote, my other sweet treat of late is simply pecans, plain pecans, out of the bag with raisins. That combination is really to die for, and I don't know what it is about it, but it makes me feel like I'm having dessert. So that will kind of be my go-to if I'm on the run or just want a sweet treat. What I did love and wanted to maintain some sort of normalcy, right, is my little tacos. And so basic organic corn tortilla, and I used that veggie puree soup that I made. So I did that again. I roasted all those vegetables, pick and choose what you want. I mean, it could be kale, broccoli, peppers, cauliflower I threw in there. Anything that you want to roast, garlic, so good. All the herbs, all the spices, and then throw it in the blender with coconut milk and water. So yummy, so basic, and it produces so much that you can have it in different variety and throughout like a near 2-week span, a week and a half. So for I just got creative, right? And so for the taco, just those little corn tortillas, the veggie puree, put it down on the tortilla, and then all you're gonna do is add the meat, pinto beans, and what I did for taco seasoning was this Siete brand taco seasoning. 3 ingredients, okay? So that's all it was. I did at one point have some spinach left over in my fridge, so I just chopped that up and sprinkled that on top as well. But that was 2 or 3 nights of meals as well. And it's like a family favorite. People like it. They're tacos. Can't really go wrong. Another basic was okay, so I had chicken and broccoli, and I threw that in the Instapot, and all it was the sesame ginger Primal Kitchen marinade. Again, throw the 3 ingredients in there, you get your veggies, you have high quality protein and organic chicken thighs is what I do, and then a very basic marinade. Throw it all on. It's in the Instapot. In fact, I did my Melissa Wood Health, I did the 23-minute powerhouse flow during the cooking time, and voila, you got 2 things done: mindful movement, nutritious foods. Another good snack I would say is the hummus. I just do plain basic hummus. That's my favorite. Sabra or 365, the Whole Foods brand, is what I love. Pick what you love. And then just make sure that you do the meal prep or the food prep. Like, have those cut up carrots and celery in a little Tupperware with some water so they're fresh. Pull them out and eat with hummus when you are really hungry. And be mindful. Don't try to wait too long before you eat, because then we're more ravenous, right? Then we want more food. And this has been what I'm working on, which is try and chew your food so much longer than what you're used to, right? It's ironic. When I'm out to dinner, I'm so slow and, we just take forever to eat. But when I am home, I'm trying to be more thoughtful about chewing the food for a long period of time, so when it does digest, it's easier on your system. And when you are so hungry, as I've been some nights, you kind of just devour it, right? And that does go against how your poor little intestinal tract is trying to process it. And then 2 more things. So I did chicken apple sausage, which I love, and we're trying from an acidic perspective, the pH balance here, trying not to do too many apples, but this is perfectly fine. I do like the chicken apple sausage, and I actually batched a ton of sweet potatoes, mashed them up, put a little cinnamon in it, and then that's an easy go-to as well. And last but not least is steak. So I am mindful. I know my system well enough. Some people don't either agree with it or it doesn't work for them, but I very much once a week will make a steak, and high quality. And just as of late with this sort of diet, right, I've really only eaten it with that marinated the olives, the Greek olive medley essentially is what it is, and pickled that wild brine, so that pickled cabbage and beet pre and probiotic blend. And to be honest, it goes really well. Tonight I'll probably have steak with the veggie puree over it. So you just need to be creative and know that you're not missing out on anything. I think people get into this space of focusing so much on what they can't have or what they shouldn't be having versus really understanding the abundance in which you can have so many foods. There are so many amazing food options out there that are from the earth, that are natural. You just need to be mindful of what it is you're putting in your system and owning the flavors as well. Learning to try and experiment, right? Again, get creative with the variety of things while still remaining super simple in what it is that you are putting within your body. So I think really that is all I have. I do have a podcast episode coming up, a little more in depth about the pH and about the anti-inflammatory, but some of the same things that we were talking about today. It's on your Wellcast. Check it out. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Google. I think it's on all of them. So thank you so much. Again, feel free anytime. Find me on Instagram, Anna Kate with C, A-T-E _whole health, and DM me. I am happy to provide you with some of the basic free resources I have and or very personalized knowledge if you do have questions on this intro level, okay? I am going to go back out into the snow. I am in Denver, Colorado, and it snowed quite a bit today. It was beautiful flakes. We went to the park, ran around, and that's why I'm all bundled up. So back to it, and I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. We'll talk to you soon.